Hello, today we are at a skate park for my son. Sarah is my editor, and so she got $6 for that, and so she went to McDonald's, and so now she's happy. So now we are going.
I'm really starving. I'm usually complaining about how hungry I am.
Is this a pretty view?
Yep.
All right, so we're at the skate park, and my oldest daughter is quite horrified because she was saying that they were using foul language the entire time. I want to show you this kid right here. See him going down? That's Nils. He's amazing. He does all kinds of tricks. My son and he are very great together. Scootering, they teach each other a lot. They inspire one another. I just love this sport. I do. This should be definitely a high school sport. This should be something larger than it is. So, he's getting ready. And let's see. Oh my gosh, I don't even believe my eyeballs. Okay, I did not expect that. Wow, she's so proud. Okay, so see this book here? A Little Way of Homeschooling. It's awesome. It says 13 families. The Discover, I can't even see, I'm so blind. Catholic Unschooling. So a friend let me borrow this, and it was one of the best things that ever happened to me as far as unschooling goes, because I was able to actually see other folks, approaching this whole idea, and so it really helped me out. Let me turn this around. In this book that I showed you about, this one family goes on to say, I learned from our experience that there is a mystery in education beyond any simple input/output equation, a mystery that unschoolers appreciate and honor. What is learned and achieved is extremely individual to the child and directed by God. I love that. So parents and teachers can assist, but they are not the ones primarily in charge. In A Story of a Soul, St. Therese explains the mystery writing. Just as the sun shines simultaneously on the tall cedars and on each little flower as though it were alone on the earth, so our Lord is occupied particularly with each soul as though there were no others like it. And just as in nature all the seasons are arranged in such ways as to make the humblest daisy bloom on a set day, in the same way everything works out for the good of each soul. So even St. Therese was saying that. So I'm telling you all of these things because you really want to relax. That was the big thing with me, was trusting God. So that's what I pray for my children every morning on my rosary walk, is that I pray for my children's vocation and their education. So it goes on here. For a long time I was attracted to unschooling but was unsure that it was compatible with my Catholic faith. I was afraid it could lead to laziness or complacency on my part or on the part of my kids. Actually, my sons and daughters have shown me that children and young adults will embark on challenging learning projects without outside requirements. And that's what I was saying on my first video, is that my children just don't want outside help, and that they can meet outside requirements when it is important for them to do so. See, I never read that before, and that's true. So I said that I would go in his room tonight and hang out with him because he loves that. So, as I was saying earlier about how, at the skate park, my son used to get a lot of trouble because, he was doing his best that he could. He was really good at what he was doing, but he wasn't backflipping, and that's a hard thing to do, and not most people cannot do that. So my point is that the reason why I'm mentioning this again is because it really dawned on me. I was like, you kidding me? Those kids that were giving you a hard time aren't giving you a hard time anymore because you can backflip. Are you serious? So it really went together with what I was learning about the school system on why they even put grades on papers. And so when they say, oh, you're an A student, you're a B student, you're a C student, and this here, oh, you're a failure, people carry that with them all their life. And the reason why they would grade them like that is because when you finally are working for the corporate, larger businesses that are out there in those factories, they want to make sure that you are giving them that A. So that's a big deal. So I think personally, in my opinion, from understanding and reading all that and watching it actually happen, that these poor kids are being trained to think that way. I remember trying to just be a stay-at-home mother when I first had my baby. I was so embarrassed. People were like, oh, so what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a stay-at-home mother. And it was like, oh, but I'm going back to college and this, and they're always making excuses. I did that to my poor kids, even as they homeschooled. And you know what? I don't do it anymore. I don't even mention that I homeschool, like if I'm talking to people or unschool, unless they ask me, oh, when are you going back to school? Or when, where do you go to school? I don't mention it. I don't have to give an explanation of my life. I do this with you to help you. And hopefully you can help me too. That'd be great, because I can still use more help. I'm not 100% on board for my two younger ones. Math and English and religion is where I really, and I'll read the history. I'm reading the history myself, and then as I live my life, and I better understand it, because I didn't have a high school education. I went to college, and I did very well, I must say. I'll just read it. I'll just educate them, They go online, they're learning all kinds of things. I go for my walk in the morning, and we have a TV in there, and I can see it from the window. I see my son watching the news. Okay, I'm not saying that's a great thing, but I'm just saying, see, they just always want to know. They're always want to know the weather. They always want to know what's going on in the world. So, anyway, tomorrow's voting day. We have to vote for our mayor. So, that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Maybe I can get some video for you. We'll see what happens. All right. So she is going to go and record for him, which is a very charitable thing to do. A charitable deed for her brother, and I think that's just awesome. So that means he's going to be doing something worthwhile. And we were like, whoa, it was so awesome that he had done it, and he did it so beautifully. I mean, he's a genius with that. He has a natural talent for this. We're trying to get him signed, I should say sponsored, not signed, sponsored to do this professionally. That's his goal, his dream. I mean, I know it's a lot of kids' dreams. And yeah, if you look him up, you'll find Seth Angelus. That's his stage name. That's not really his name, but it's his stage name. He's had many of them. It's really cute. When he was first selling, he used to call himself David Kinsell. And here comes my daughter, my lovely daughter. Well, I guess, I think my camera's upside down, but I can't really tell which way this thing goes. Okay, I really can't see very well without my glasses, but I don't like always wearing them. So I guess I can't get him unless I walk across the park, which I'm not doing. I am exhausted today. So I am done for the day. Well, that's what I think. So tomorrow I'll get you some footage of him at the skate park, if I'm taking him. My husband said he would, but I think I would like to, because that's where I can also write. I'm trying to write a book on a lot of different things. So so here my son is trying to put so many hours and months and years into the scootering thing. So where is that going to get him in his life? Well, I don't have to really worry about that. He's 11. Hello. And I say, you know what? He worked so hard last night, about an hour, selling door to door in the rain, mind you. And he was very diligent about it. He made his own money. Now he's going to get his own parts for his scooter. And he got to buy some pizza today, and he gets to pay for some other skate parks that he wants to go to, because we can do some of the payments, but not as much as he would like. So he has to earn that. So he knows. So I wouldn't worry. I'm proud of my children. One, because, and most of all, and really only because, they are jewels in my crown that God has given to me. They are my prize. And I don't need them to do something in the world's eyes in order to make me proud of them. They're wonderful, just as they are. Now, do I get angry if someone's not acting right and treating me a certain way, or, yeah, I get irritated, But overall, they are my gifts from heaven. And I have 3 in heaven and 3 on earth, so wherever I go, I will be in my glory. Okay,